Good afternoon, all. Welcome and thank you for coming. Witamy i dziękuję serdecznie za przybycie. They say it takes a village to raise a child, but as you see, it takes the whole world to find a cure for VWM. And this is what we are here for. Jak nieraz mówią, że potrzeba jest właśnie całej wioski, żeby wychować dziecko, ponieważ potrzebujemy pomocy różnych ludzi, a w naszym wypadku potrzebujemy pomocy z całego świata. Right now I would like to welcome a very special guest. There is here Professor Orna Elroy-Stein from Tel Aviv University. I'm not sure where she's sitting, but hi. Okay, there is Professor Orna Elroy-Stein. She's the researcher. She's our big hope. She's the one that's looking and trying to find some drug and cure for VWM. To jest właśnie wielki naukowiec, pani profesor Elroy-Stein z Uniwersytetu z Izrael, która prowadzi badanie na myszach i jest szansa, że niedługo będzie może na to jakieś lekarstwo. Also, we would like to welcome Rick Kruger from AFTAU. That's the organization that's helping Orna do the research, and that's where you're making all the donations and check. So just so you know that there is person and there's an organization. Rick, can you please stand up? To właśnie był pan Rick Kruger. On jest przedstawicielem organizacji American Friends of Tel Aviv University i on tutaj ma siedzibę, placówkę w Skoki, a główny office jest w Nowym Jorku. And now I would also welcome our family from across the globe that came here. They're just as desperate as we are. There is Nairi and mom. She's a mom. She's mom of little girl named Chloe. They came here from Australia. To jest mama dziewczynki Chloe z babcią. Dziewczynka Chloe też ma zanik istoty białej. There is a family from England, from UK, Allison and Nick Buck, with their little boy, Sam. So, to jest rodzina z Anglii, Allison and Nick i mały chłopczyk Sam, który właśnie w kwietniu został zdiagnozowany, że też cierpi na tą potworną chorobę. Then we have a family from Texas, Rosanna and Naomi. Rosanna, they have a daughter. She's not here with us. But okay, to jest rodzina z Teksasu, Naomi and Roseanne. And they have mają dziewczynkę, córkę, która ma 35 lat, też choruje na tą chorobę. Then there is a family from South Africa. There is Bruce and his friend Joanne. Their little girl Jetta is 2 years old. So, to jest Bruce i jego przyjaciółka z South Afryki. Mają dziewczynkę, która ma 2 latka, nazywa się Jada. Then there's a family from Virginia. Gina and Danny, they have a girl too that's like 35 years old, Shayna, she's our big hope. And then there's a family from New Mexico, Brandy and Kevin. Their little boy Caden, when back in 2010, we went to the ULF, when my sister went to the ULF for the first time, they were the first family that they met. And again, they're our big inspiration and hope. To jest rodzina z Nowego Meksyku, mają chłopczyka, który nazywa się Caden i też właśnie choruje na tą koszmarną chorobę. Okay, and now, just so you know, I would also like to show the person that we're really fighting for. It's my niece, Isabella. And that's why I always said that imagine that somebody that you love, whether it's your son, your daughter, granddaughter, niece, what would you do if you find out that they have a disease and there is no cure for it? So as you see, this is exactly what we were doing. which we're fighting. We're not giving hope, and we're fighting. And thanks to the researchers, there is hope that something is going to come in the future. Now, teraz proszę Izabela Hreska, ona tutaj mówi, że przyjdzie, pomacha. I właśnie to jest siostrzenica, o którą walczymy za wszelką cenę, żeby właśnie znaleźć lekarstwo, żeby już więcej nie cierpiała na tą chorobę.
Hello everyone. Thank you for coming.
So again, I mean, there is no words that I can explain and say thank you to everybody that came, to say thank you to everybody that helped, us collect and donate the prizes. This would not happen without the help of everybody. So as you see, if we all work together, we are strong together. And this is what we need to do, and this is what we're doing. So jeszcze raz dziękuję wszystkim, którzy pomogli, że właśnie ten dzień, ten dzisiejszy popołudnie możemy spędzić w takim wielkim, licznym gronie. I właśnie jeżeli będziemy wszyscy razem się trzymać i pracować, może niedługo właśnie jakieś lekarstwo na to będzie. Niedługo będzie podany obiad, więc zapraszam do stolików do siedzenia i ja jeszcze, możecie jeść, nie przejmujcie, ale jeszcze szybko będę mówiła o tym slajd, coś tam jeszcze na tym, a później po jedzeniu profesor Orna i Rick Kruger jeszcze coś przemówią. Just so you know, the dinner will be served and you can enjoy your dinner, your lunch dinner. I will still say something, few words over the presentation, but you just enjoyed our dinner. We have a tight schedule, we have a lot to do, so that's why I'll be here probably talking all the time and you're gonna be sick of me. But after dinner, Professor Orna Elroy-Stein will say something, and also Rick Kruger will say something. Oh, and we're here, there's two more families. Margaret just came, they're from Chicago, and there's a family from Ohio. Welcome. Okay. Oh, and also I did forget, good thing I look at here, there is in this room too, there's Marcy Flores, and she helped us. Her son has another type of leukodystrophy, 4H, and they've been our big help and support of this too, because 4H, it's another type of leukodystrophy, and obviously this is a hope for them too. And they were our big help and support of getting prizes, selling tickets, so I cannot forget them, and I have to say thank you, Marcy. Tu jeszcze mamy na sali też rodzinę Flores, który chłopczyk ma też leukodystrofię, tylko inną odmianę. Odmiana nazywa się 4H. Na razie też na to nie ma żadnego lekarstwa, ale jest szansa, że jeżeli może coś znajdą na VWM, może też pomóż i 4H. Marcy i cała rodzina Flores bardzo dużo pomagała nam. Połowę tych prezentów, co tutaj znajdują się, jest właśnie przez Marcy i ich rodzinę. Dziękujemy bardzo. Thank you. Okay, so as you see, why are we doing this fundraiser? Because we need awareness. Without our awareness, there is no research, no funding, no nothing. And that's why we need to have awareness. And I have a feeling that as of today, there's 400 people or so that knows more about VWM and leukodystrophy that never knew about before. And this slide will show you some families and kids. This is Isabella. And as I always say, VWM has a face around the world, but everyone smiles in the same language and is on the same mission to find the cure for VWM. You can put an autoplay, like 4 seconds or something. Yeah. There is a family from UK, they're not here, but they have a little girl, Shannon, she was diagnosed in 2001. There is a family from Canada, Michael, he's 6 years old, he was diagnosed in 2008. There is a family in Canada too, Cheryl, she's 25. There is Angelica from Texas, This is Annie from Salt Lake City, Utah. Yeah, and I forgot to say thank you to Brett. You forgot to tell me that I missed Brett. Sorry. Yeah. Brett, welcome and thank you. Sorry that I forgot you before. There's Jada from South Africa. That's Reese from Canada. She was diagnosed in 2011. Ashley Rose from New Jersey. Little Lila from California. She was diagnosed in 2011. There is Ryder from Hooper, Utah. There is Chloe from Australia. She was just diagnosed last year. Sheena from Virginia. And then there is Gina from Long Island, New York, diagnosed last year. There is even Amelka in Poland. She was just diagnosed in March of 2013. And then there is Sam from UK, just recently diagnosed. Unfortunately with this, there's also some angels that we cannot forget. Hayden passed away, and Grace Elizabeth passed away I think was last November. As I said, leukodystrophy awareness matters to me, and I want it so it matters to you. What causes VWM? It's a genetic disease. It's a neurological disease. It's a faulty gene that both parents have, and then they pass it on. The symptoms are that you are and there is no cure. And treatments for VWM, currently there is no treatment, but we have hope that Professor Orna will find us a drug soon. And she's working on Marisol mice. And Marisol, thanks to Marisol mice, there is a hope, and that's different resources. And the slide will go on, so if you miss something, you can still ask questions or read it. And like I said, after dinner, Professor Orna will fill you more on new stuff that's happening. Thank you.
Jane Tilka, number 64, come on up, you're our first door prize winner. Congratulations.
Okay, the next ticket is Margaret Hubbard, number 217. Rosanna Cabos from Texas, 237. 237.
big, big pleasure for me to be here today. I'm very, very excited. I came all the way from Israel to be here with you today. And I've never been in such an event, a fundraising event, and it's for my first time, and I think it's amazing, amazing event. And first of all, I would like to thank the people who organized this event, wonderful event. So first of all, Donna. Donna is very special. And I have a token of appreciation for Donna. And this is something from Tel Aviv University. Donna is a very unique combination of very high energy, enthusiasm, positive attitude, and above all, leadership and capabilities. So great, Donna, great job. Thanks a lot. And yeah, she deserved it. And I would like also to thank Donna's family, of course, Bernadetta and Willie and all the other sisters and all the entire family. And I see here many relatives, and I have the feeling that you are very connected. You are a very great community, friends, relatives. Thanks to all of you. And thank you for coming, and thank you for the contribution and for your help. So give your hand to yourself, to everybody. Okay, so I'll just now tell you a little bit about myself. I'm a scientist working in molecular biology field, molecular genetics. I'm not a medical doctor. I'm holding a PhD degree, and I'm running research in Tel Aviv University for a little bit more than 20 years. And the field of my interest is the regulation of gene expression. So here I have something to show. You know that the secret of life actually is in the cell, So life is actually a well-coordinated process of gene expression. It's a concert of gene expression. And we have in each and every cell in our body a little safe with the secret of life. The safe is the nucleus, and the secret is in the DNA. DNA is our chromosomes, and this is the software of the computer who runs life. And the software, the DNA is the hardware, and the software is the genetic code. And we scientists, we would like to understand this software, amazing software, how to make a human being from a single cell of a fertilized egg. So this is my ambition, and as all scientists, they would like to understand the secret of life. Now, to understand the gene expression, the regulation of gene expression, one has to understand how it goes. First of all, DNA is transcribed to RNA. I'm sure many of you know it already. And the RNA is then translated into proteins. And we are studying in my lab regulation of protein synthesis. So this is a very well-coordinated process and sophisticated process. And we study this process. So there are few facts that were known before we started the research on the vanishing white matter. First of all, protein synthesis is a tightly coordinated process. And second of all, protein synthesis responds to cellular stress by adaptation. So it's like a traffic in the street. So when there is a traffic jam, you have lights, green light, red light, okay, to coordinate this process. So one day I read a paper, a scientific report. It was a paper from a Dutch group run by Dr. Mario van der Knap, and she said in this report that she identified a gene that is responsible for vanishing white matter. I didn't know that at all. It was 12 years ago, and I read this paper and I said, wow, this is amazing, because how come a protein, the name of the protein is eIF2B, it doesn't matter now, how come this master regulator protein affects the brain only? Because as far as I know, the master regulator is a very important protein in each and every cell type, not only in the brain. So I thought, okay, this is a very important and interesting scientific question, and I started to study it in the lab. This was 12 years ago. And in order to study this, we decided to make a mouse model for the disease, because we cannot take brain cells from patients, of course. So we introduced into the mouse, into the genome of the mouse, a specific mutation that causes vanishing white matter. So now we have a mouse strain, and they serve as an endless source of brain cells, so we can study the etiology of the disease. And so we discovered a few very important discoveries. First of all, that myelination by itself generates cellular stress. Myelination is the key point here, because vanishing white matter is loss of myelin. And we discovered that the mutated cells are hypersensitive to physiological stress. And another very important discovery was that eIF2B mutant cells lost their tight coordination of protein synthesis. And then we discovered that this was very recent discovery, that by introducing a traffic light, genetic traffic light, we can rebalance the process. So by doing that, we actually cured the mice. So this is just only one slide of data, biological data. You see here myelin surrounding nerve cells, I mean the nerve fiber. So the black here is myelin, and you see by the red side here is very high magnification by electron microscopy, and you see that the myelin is very thick and nice in the normal mice. The second one is the vanishing white matter mice. It has very low, very thin myelin. However, the double mutant, the one that we introduced another mutation into, is cured. It doesn't have any problem of myelin. So this was a major scientific discovery in our lab. And here you see that my lab group's members are really celebrating this discovery. We went to a restaurant, we were very happy. And we were happy because this opens the door for therapy. So now we know what to do. So we have now to develop an assay for high throughput screening for many drugs that are already FDA approved drugs. So this is our mission for now. And with your contribution, we will hopefully make it. So future aims are, first of all, to develop a cell-based assay for high throughput screening. And the second aim, which hopefully will be very soon, with your contribution, I hope it will be soon, we want to screen for many thousands of FDA-approved drugs. And now I'll finalize my little speech with just something that I would like you to know. The driving force of my research is, of course, scientific curiosity. This is my profession. I studied a translational regulation of gene expression. But the other very important driving force is an emotional driving force. And the story began like that. One day when I went to a meeting in Boston, it was about 7 years ago, a physician that works with vanishing white matter patients called me and said, can you please meet the father of a girl named Marisol? She was just diagnosed with vanishing white matter, and please meet him. He wants to understand something about what we are doing. I said, okay, why not? He came to the hotel, to the lobby of the hotel, and I sat with him and explained to him what I know. And he gave me a picture of Marisol, his cute little girl, and I decided that's it. I'm hooked. I must do something for this girl. And from this moment on, I'm also emotionally involved with the disease. So if you noticed Donna's presentation before, it ran and it says Marisol mice. Marisol mice means that these mice that we made was held a Marisol's mutation. And this was because when I came back to Israel after meeting this father, the father of Marisol, I decided to just make it, do the mice model, and study the disease. And since then, I'm really would like to find a cure. And now when I met so many other families, I really want to help. So with your contribution, I will. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Okay, and now Rick Kruger will say a few words to you about AFTAU, and welcome, Rick.
Thank you very much, Donna. Can I ask everyone to stand up and give Donna a round of applause? She has just done an incredible, incredible job. Thank you. I think when you first got up, Donna, you said something about it takes a village. Well, I've been watching the donations come in, and it's been an amazing experience because I know everyone in this room has contributed to this cause. And what you've given Donna and Bernadette and their family is hope, and all the other families over there. And I personally, on behalf of Tel Aviv University, want to thank you. We are the largest university in Israel. We are also the #1 research university in Israel. And if you know anything about Startup Nation, we are a big part of Startup Nation. I put a couple of brochures on every table, a little bit about the university, but you're not here to hear from me. So I want to just thank each and every one of you for coming, for supporting this wonderful cause, and for helping them to have hope. Thank you.
We are the friends of Donna and the other families who are working through the VWM challenge. We'd just like to say a few words to firstly thank you all for taking time out of your Sunday to come here and offer support for such a fantastic cause. We realize that, you know, weekends are short enough anyway, but to take your time out and show solidarity like this is fantastic, so thank you very much. Secondly, for all the volunteers in the yellow t-shirts that have helped sell raffle tickets and man the stands, again, we can't thank you enough. You may have met my son down here, his name's Sam. We only found out he had VWM a few months ago, and obviously that's a pretty life-changing thing to happen. And but one of the great things that comes out of that is that we have met all these wonderful people here. These families are also are battling through VWM, and in particular, of course, Donna and her family as well, who are going through the same thing. I mean, I say we found out, we didn't know which way to turn, and we stumbled across this group on Facebook, and it's a great source of comfort to everyone to know that we're not alone. We can talk to people, and we generally as a group talk on a daily basis, offer support, share ideas, and obviously get in touch with people like Dr. Elroy-Stein, who I know has had to leave, but is obviously doing tremendous work for us, but it's so much more than a job for her as well, which is hugely important. And then, yeah, I say through the Facebook group, we found about this fundraiser a number of months ago now, and it was one of the main reasons that some of us traveled across the world to be here, but we had no idea that it was going to be on this scale or this impressive with this many wonderful people. So generally, thank you again to all of you for your help and for your support, and especially to Donna for being the human dynamo who keeps us going on a daily basis. So thank you very much.
Margie Gubawa from Homer Glen is our winner. She's not present, but you don't have to be present to win. So congratulations, Margie, $300 winner. You guys present? Hey, congratulations, $500 winner. Now the grand prize, $1,000. Nagroda $1000. We have our winner? Hey, congratulations. Bravo.
Oh, thank you so much.
How about a nice round of applause? That grand prize money was donated back for our support. Thank you very much.
Next, we're going to do the last table of the silent auction. The first item is the American Girl doll Marie Grace, won by our own Isabella Hreska here. Congrats, Isabella. All right, our next winner is of the oil painting, won by Christine Garbarczyk. Our next item, which is a very popular item, is for the Black Hawk signed hockey stick. Very, very popular, won by Anna Wukanus. The next item is for the 2013 Doll of the Year Sage with Accessories, another American Girl doll, won by Donna. Our next item is the Dooney and Burke Disney bag and cosmetic bag, won by Naomi Chapa. Please come to the front, Naomi. Our next item is a 30 by 30 carved wood painting, donated by the artist. Concertino is the name of the painting, won by Luke Goem. Luke, please come to the front.
Hello, I just wanted to thank everyone for coming. Professor Orna Stein has already left, but without her, we had no hope. I wanted to thank her because when you find out your child's sick, that desperation is unbelievable. You can't explain it. And because of her, we have some hope. And I wanted to thank her, but she's already gone. I also wanted to thank all of you for your support. And because without you, we wouldn't be here. This fundraiser would not have been a success. And finally, I wanted to thank everyone who helped. Countless hours went into the planning, writing, organizing, obtaining donations, wrapping, printing. I will forever be grateful to those individuals. But most of all, I wanted to thank my sister Donna, because without her, we wouldn't be here. This is her vision. She spent many sleepless nights planning, searching, coming up with ideas, and at times convincing me that we can do this. You would never know. She's never planned a fundraiser before. This is all because of her. Also, I wanted to thank everyone from the bottom of our hearts, and please keep Isabella in your prayers. Chciałam wszystkim podziękować za przybycie, za wasze wsparcie i hojność. Dziękujemy.